What's going on, guys, and welcome to Next Mood Swing. It's your boy, DJ Jesse J. You might know me as Jesse Janity. That's what you're going to get to know me as, because we're going to start nixing the DJ Jesse J thing. I'm retiring, okay, as a DJ. But it's been a few years, and I haven't been in front of a mic. I haven't been in streaming. I know COVID would normally be the excuse, but that wasn't mine. Mine was 2017, honey. COVID wasn't nothing for me, but 2017, baby. But that's where the blessing for this show came, because that's where the idea for this show came from. You know, working in reality TV, entertainment, talking to people all across the world. It really was, it was something I never planned to do. It just was something that just kind of fell into my lap. And so as that was moving and growing, I was trying to figure myself out and find out what it was that I wanted to do with myself, with my life. And we'll get into 2017. That's a whole nother episode, because we only do an hour today, but that is another episode and be broken up into some parts. But I wanted to create something where, you know, a lot of viewers and a lot of people that were, you know, friending me or following me, they would ask me advice. And I mean, like, I don't know, I'm trying to figure it out myself, you know. Oh shit, I think I got knocked out. Well, goddamn, the internet stream, but that's all right. We're just gonna keep recording the show, and yeah. But so I wanted to create the show basically because it had gotten to the point where I realized I wanted to talk about what I wanted to talk about. And so within that, Next Mood Swing became because I didn't want to fit into a box. And I started going to therapy and reading self-help books and just trying to figure out why people were the way that they were, why I was the way that I was. And I wanted to create a show that would be able to talk about that. But I want to have fun too. I like talking about Real Housewives. I love talking about reality TV, even though I had to stop for a while. But that is where the birth of Next Mood Swings came from. So I'm going to break it up into a couple different types of episodes. I'm going to do weekly reviews, but we're also going to be doing some sit-down interviews. I have some guests lined up, but we're not going to go live with those guests. We're going to do the live show once a week, hot topics, and I had to bring my sister in, Miss Courtney Stewart. So stay tuned, because we'll be right back with this weekly review. What up, y'all? And we are back, and I am here, not in studio, but kind of in studio with my sister, Miss Courtney Stewart. What up, girl?
Hi! I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
And we have a special guest. Sorry.
Oh, and we got Gigi in the house. Okay, Gigi. I hope that we're streaming live, but if we're not streaming live, the video gonna be up tomorrow, y'all. Or today if you're listening to it, you know, or the audio podcast. But
you know,
it's the first show, and that's why I said, you know,
pilot episodes are always a chance.
Exactly. I was like, look, I don't know how this is gonna work out, and not even that, but so like I haven't seen Courtney in like what? Literally, was it 2 years?
Wait, no, it was a year and a half.
A year and a half. It felt.
You left in 2021.
Right? I left in 2021, but it felt like 2 years.
It felt like eternity.
It felt like eternity. And you know, to be able to then, as grown-ups, because I needed to take a year off and figure out what I wanted to do. I got a job in corporate, and that's a whole nother episode, because I do not recommend it for nobody. Do not work in corporate. I got all the episodes, because y'all, like, when I tell you, I should have wrote a movie or a book. That's what I need to be doing, but we're going to start with this little podcast first. But within that, I was able to start my own company, literally left that corporate job, took all the coins from the corporate job, and was like, let me invest it in a company and focus on doing what I love to do, which is helping people. And so that's what I've been doing and focused on. And that's why this show took so long to come out. And this ain't even how I want to do the show, but I was like, let me just do it. Let me just do an episode. Let me just buy a sign. We're going to do an episode. Let me just call Courtney. Because once one comes out, the rest are all going to come out, you know? So it was just like getting back in the saddle. At first it was
coming.
And at first it was procrastination. I will admit that. It was procrastination. And then it was just life. And then it was like, you know what? Because Courtney done got me to get a passport, y'all. And we went to Greece. And I got to see Courtney after a year and a half.
I know. Reunited. And it felt so good. That was real off key. Sorry about that. But, you know, I had COVID. I got throat problems.
Ooh.
But it was great.
But it was like, honestly, it changed my life. It was, and then it put me in the mindset of like, because I had already said the date of August 1st. I was like, I'm just going to put a date out, a random ass date. I normally like to do things for my birthday, but I was like, no, we're going to do it a month before because you're going to wait for your birthday. Then you're going to be like, oh, I'm going out drinking on my birthday. And then you're not going to do the episode. So we just got to do the episode a month prior. And that's what it is. But so going to Greece made me realize a different pace of life and energy. Again, with the whole next mood swing thing. I think I just was running around LA for too long and I just really needed a break. I felt like I was burnt out, and like Greece really was an amazing reminder of like life is not this box that we think it is. It's so much bigger, and the pace of just stepping outside of your world and seeing what that is, it was just so amazing. And I just, again, another reason why I love you, because Courtney was my savior in 2017 as well, but we'll talk about that in another episode. But Courtney, I feel like you really like pushed me, and even though I was drunk the night I got the ticket, you did push me to, you know,
whatever it takes. If it's a little liquor, because I've been asking for years, y'all, years.
But I used to fall in the thing. Like,
I don't know what she was drinking that night. Was it wine?
I don't even remember, honestly. Like, the fact that I was even drinking at home by myself. Like, oh, we were doing like what is it? One of those Zoom cocktail hours. You, me, and Tiana. We should have got Tiana on this, but Tiana's in a whole nother country right now. But all that to say is, guys, get your passport. Like, I know she did this to me for years, so I understand if you don't get your passport, but get your passport. Just go travel somewhere else and experience life, because whatever you think life is, it's not. It's beyond that.
Bump that. I do not understand. Go get your passport. There's no excuse. Go do it. Even if you don't use it right away, you should have it, because you never know when that moment's going to hit that you need to be like, I'm out. I gotta go. I gotta go do something.
And you know what's crazy is I'm never don't listen to don't listen to people. Listen to me. Don't listen to people. No, because it was like listen to us, but don't listen to anyone else. All right. But no, because so many people put this idea of what Greece was gonna be for me, and it was not any of that. It was pieces and fragments of their perception of what it was, maybe for them, or what they read. Like, never Google wherever you're traveling, because it's never that. Like, girl, they was about to have me out in Greece with some like church pants and a white button up if I was just out here Googling, and luckily I didn't bring none of that. But also the passport thing.
What was you reading on Google?
Girl, Google it. They will tell you what the dress code in Greece is, and then that is not the dress. You wear whatever the fuck you want, or don't. Be naked. That's how Greece is.
I never saw anything about a dress code.
Oh, I'll send you whatever articles. Look, what's my Google search is doing to me? But beyond that, also the passport thing. I don't know why I had it in my head like, oh, it's so I don't know why I thought the passport was like a DMV thing. Like, girl, first of all, just trying to get my car re-registered from a different state is like the most insane thing. So I thought like getting your passport would be that equivalent. When I tell you I got my passport in 15 minutes, not like in hand, but got the process done and see in 2 weeks.
It's paperwork. It's paperwork and a photograph. And it's not even real paperwork. It's like page. It's not hard.
I can't. But
it's a page, write a check.
So, you know, we'll get into the mushy stuff again, other episodes. I want to also, like, the whole point of this is you see the yin and yang in in the logo there. The whole point of this is, you know, I mean, we're gonna do serious stuff and talk about the feelings and all that, and I want to be able to get you guys to call in and talk about whatever it is you're going through. I know we have like a really cool episode coming up about body dysmorphia, and some of y'all are gonna call in. We're gonna have a discussion about that, and I'm excited for that because that's the kind of stuff I want to talk about. I want to like go from talking about Real Housewives to body dysmorphia, because I just feel like, why not? I don't want to talk about one thing all the time. Love and hip hop. Love and hip hop. Well, loved it. I can't with it anymore. But we'll talk about TV
I was gonna say, do you still love it? Because I know I don't.
Girl, not Eric's my best friend, but not Eric got me on baddies watching Bad Girls Club out here. I'm like,
Ooh, child.
Well, we'll have a later review for that show. But before we get into TV shows, I want to get into, because obviously, I mean, you see the swag, all the stuff behind me. These are things that I've collected throughout literally my entire life. And was like, you know what? I'm going to fucking make a set out of my whole fucking childhood in my life. Obviously, I mean, I don't know if you can see it up here, but Beyonce, Destiny's Child, they were one of the first tours I ever went to, was the TRL tour. And right there with John and Connie, my parents, you know what I mean? They was getting it. Connie making friends with everyone in everyone at the Tweeter Center. But Beyonce just dropped her album. And again, obviously we're both Virgos, and I just was like, of course she's Friday right before I said I was going to drop my show. It's just, we're so in sync. Just kidding. But Beyonce dropped Renaissance. We have waited for this album for probably what I would assume far too long. But I mean, Beyonce creates work that lasts forever. So we got Renaissance. It dropped on, I waited up Thursday till midnight. Sure did. And I was exhausted.
I sure did.
And not only was I exhausted, but I haven't smoked weed in 3 months. And my friend's in town, and we, you know, I mean, he just lit it up, and I smoked it on up. And when I tell you I was high, like uncontrollably high, I never thought I would be that person that would be like, oh, I can't smoke anymore. I can't handle it, baby. I'm that person. I used to like smoke. I'll smoke you out. Nope. Not no more. But I was like, I'm going to wait up for this album. I'm gonna wait up for this album, and I'm going to hear Beyonce. And it came. And the first song, you know what I mean? Because you have to hit play. You can't, it's Beyonce. It's not, I can't just shuffle tracks. You have to hit play. And I heard I'm That Girl.
No.
Oh. And when I'm That Girl came through, I was like, oh, this beat? The way Beyonce came in on the intro song, because Break My Soul, what's your whole take? I mean, we went to Greece and Break My Soul came out. Literally, what, the night we left, right? Or the night we...
Like 2 nights before we left or something?
Yeah. So, you know, and I know there's a performance of me somewhere dancing to Break My Soul on Courtney's phone.
Oh, I definitely think I have that video.
Yeah, and then you also have a little Kim video that is a 3-minute and 30-second performance that we will never let see the light of day.
See the light of day.
At all. Well,
I don't know. Maybe we can chop it up.
Yeah, we'll chop and screw it. But first of all, what was your idea with the whole Beyonce album? You hear Break Your Soul, Break Your Soul. What was your thought going into what Break My Soul we're going to get from Beyonce?
I had no real idea about what we were going to get, because everybody was saying a bunch of different things. It was like, oh, there's going to be some country. It's going to be like dance music. And I didn't know. And then Break My Soul was like, okay, that's cute. But I was like, we had fun with it while we were in Greece. But I wasn't like, this is the song of the century. I cannot wait. What else is following this? I was just kind of like, okay, that's cute. What else is there going to be? And that's sort of the energy that I went into listening to the album. And of course, I stayed up late to listen to it as soon as it was released, which, if anybody knows me, Courtney goes to sleep at So trying to stay up and play the tracks and like listen to the whole thing was a challenge, but I stayed up because I needed to like be a part of that moment. And I was definitely like listening, reading on Twitter, like what people were saying as they were listening to it. So it did feel, I like, because you know, we don't get albums like that anymore, like where it's just released at once and everybody is like clamoring and like putting it in their CD player to listen to it all around the same time. So it was kind of dope to like have a moment where we all, even though the leak happened or whatever, but it was dope to have like a moment where most of us had not heard anything for real and were so excited to hear it that we waited and all started listening at the same time, to the point that there were communities online talking about it all night. So I thought that was really cool. I, like I said, didn't know what to expect for real. But I think in the end, I've now listened to it like, I don't even know, like probably 60 times. I don't even know how many times I've listened. But my first listen, I will say my first reaction was like, oh, okay, that was cute. Yeah. And I had like 3 tracks I was like really in love with.
Wait, but okay, I agree 1,000,000%. The first time I listened to it, I was like, oh, what are we doing? But it was, again,
it's okay.
I was under the influence and tired. And it was like, yeah, it was like midnight. Yeah. So I was like, am I really going to listen to a Beyonce album right now in full, like, I'm ready to go? No, I was not in that mindset. And I can admit that, which is why I said the next day I was going to go get on that treadmill, and it's only an hour. The album only an hour. I was like, sure, we're going to bump these calories right off to Beyonce. And I don't know if the treadmill made me like the album more, but it definitely gave me the time to like really get into the album. And I think it's interesting because I wanted Beyonce to do this in so many ways, right? She released Break My Soul track, which was track number 6 weeks before the album. I thought we were going to get like a 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 release every week. Like, yes, give me the music, because that's the generation we live in, right? We need like, what's the next one? Like, let's get a video and a song out every week until the album's released, and then give us 6 more songs, which I wouldn't have been mad at that. I would have still enjoyed that. Like, what's the story up until the album? But I think with Beyonce, you know, I'm hearing a lot of negative reviews for the album, and I just think it's people feeling like we have to understand it, right? And I think Beyonce, Virgo, she's going to have you understand what Renaissance is when she's ready for you to understand it. She wants you to discuss it right now. She wants you to question if you like it. She wants you to be in your feelings about the music that she is making, which is what I did. I fell into the trap. And then as I listened to it, I mean, honestly, like, with the exception of like 2 songs, I'm here for the whole album, to be honest with you. And the only reason those other 2 songs aren't bad, but they're not like, oh, damn, like for me. And I'm sure there are probably millions of favorites. Okay, well, let's just go through all the songs. I want to get your initial reaction from each of them. I'm That Girl. What did you think when you first heard it? That was the first song, number 1. You know, for me, the intro was just like, yes, I felt like I'm that girl. Like, all right, girl, like, what are we doing a little bit towards the end of it? Like, there definitely were moments where it was like, I wish this was a Rihanna. Like, remember when Rihanna did Cake on the album and it sounded like an unfinished like song? Like, there's some of those that I would have been like, okay, Beyonce, this could have been its own thing. Like, and then it goes... She takes it to the left somewhere, or you know, to the right, to the right, to the left, wherever she wants to go. She's up and down all around. But what did you think of the first? I love
that you said unfinished.
Yes.
I love that you said unfinished, because I'm that girl. I was like, ooh, this is about to be everything. I'm that girl. And I was just kind of like, oh.
I think
it wasn't that I wasn't into it.
So do you think that we all, because I feel like when I first was on Twitter that night, it was like almost kind of like a little bit of a disappointment from people. Do you think that we were looking for like I'm That Girl to be Bow Down? You know, like we were looking for the single
Oh yeah.
ladies track. Like, what is that sound? Because to me,
Yes.
I went through the whole album in the first take. And obviously I wasn't listening to the whole songs properly. I was just kind of bouncing through. And it took me to number 16, Summer Renaissance, to be like, oh, this is the Beyonce that I know and hear. Everything else gives a new kind of sound from her, personally, I think. I mean, obviously Church Girl to me is like the new what's it called? Pat Your Weaves, lady. Like it's giving B-Day.
But I feel like Church Girl is actually one of my least favorites, which I was trying to make that not the case because I love the beat and I love how it starts. And I was like, I'm in it. But I'm also like really into lyrics. And I don't know. I'm not vibing with Church Girl. And I'm working on it. I actually literally was listening to it today, trying to make myself, I'm like, I feel like I should love this. And I want to be like, you know, into it. And I'm just not.
I mean, I feel it because I also think Beyonce made this album for millennials. Like we're all, I don't know, personally, this is how I feel because this is how I received the album. But I feel like she made it for people who, we just want to have fun. Like when I tell you the younger generation be on this, like the emo, the like pill music, like I'm just like, I can't go to the club listening to like Summer Walker, Janae Aiko.
Really?
Like I get it. Like there's a time and a place and I love them and you know what I mean? And I'm sure Eric's looking at me like I'm crazy right now. But there's a time and a place for that. Like I need something that's going to be like, yeah. You know, and Drake released his album, which, you know, honestly, never mind that. But I think Beyonce, lyric-wise, was going for this storytelling, which is what we grew up with. You know, I just went to a Chris Brown concert. And I just was like, I was so excited to go to this concert. And watching it, I just was like, wow. All I could think was how bad I felt for these younger generations. Like, these are the concerts you're going to? Like, I mean, like, to have seen, you know, like, you go, I remember going and seeing, like, Monster Jam, and it would be, like, Jay-Z, Ludacris. They'd bring out Busta Rhymes. Like, it was just a performance. Missy Elliott. Britney Spears live, Beyonce live. Like these people were putting on concerts, and like Chris Brown's like, I mean, he was dancing. He got his new album. I didn't know all the songs, but like that's the other thing. Like artist development, it's like if I'm coming to your concert and you just released the album, like you gonna play all those songs. I haven't listened to this. You are not Beyonce. Yeah, like if Beyonce came out and did a Renaissance concert, I'd be like, all right, I know all the, yeah, girl, I know all the words. Not really, but I know the beats.
Dancing if it was a Renaissance concert because that's what this music is for. Like it's not necessarily meant for us to completely be singing along to every lyric. It's kind of like you get lost in the album when you're just like straight listening through it. Like you're just in it.
Well, that's very true. And I feel like Cozy, right? Like that's the second song. So getting into Cozy, it was just, I actually love it now. At the very first time I was like, what are we? It was like R. Kelly, like what? Like move your body like a snake, ma. Like I didn't know where. Oh my God. I didn't know where we were going. I mean, that's what it was giving me when I first listened to it. And then I got into it, and it's actually one of my favorites.
Yes, Cozy is one of my favorite tracks because, I mean, comfortable with my skin. Like, yeah, it's just, but that's also lyrically driven. But, like, I understand, like, it's just kind of not necessarily supposed to be and all of that. But Beyonce has done that effectively, but still talking that shit and giving us stuff to like repeat and have anthems like I'm that bitch type of stuff. Like that's what I want from her. So yeah, it's comfortable in my skin. I want to talk about it. I'm cozy girl.
Yes. And wait, so we'll get back into Bo. I just want to shout out the people in the comments. And Matta, We missed you too, girl. I mean, yes, you two were a whole vibe. So happy to see you both. Oh my god, not Ashley's in here making fun of
Hey,
me because I
girl.
googled dress codes. Yes, hello Virgo. Yes, I need to know.
I mean, it was shocking. Like, I mean, it's not like you were going to a Muslim country or something where you would be like, I need to cover up or I need to do this
Girl,
differently.
this is my home country. Like, well, not my home, but like this is where my family came from. Like, I didn't
I
want to
mean,
be out there
it is.
looking crazy. I had to Google something. You know what I mean? Like, my mom ain't been
I
there
mean,
since she
it's
was
not like you were going to
14.
be
My
wearing.
mom be telling me stories since
It's not like you
about
were
when
going to be
she went
wearing
when she was
Gap.
14. Well, I didn't know. You know what I mean? I was just trying to bring one bag. Back to Beyonce though. All right, so my favorite song, I have to say, truly, I think this goes to my favorite song. It's Alien Superstar.
Oh yes, we're the same person. That's my
I
favorite.
I think it is. I just Fergie had what was the Duchess album, and she had
Yes.
on the very, I think it was the last song or the second to last, and it was called Mary Jane, and I loved it because it had like four different types of songs in one, and I feel like Alien Superstar, although I think the name is just weird, but I mean, sure, girl,
She's an alien
it's a
superstar.
modern disco, right? But I think that Beyonce really tapped into her inner, what Nicki Minaj would say, her Roman. I feel like Beyonce tapped into her inner gay boy. Like she really just like, I mean, fed the gays everything that we want and need story wise in the club. Like I heard it in a club at a random club, and they were just kind of throwing them out there. But I could feel what I would want to feel if I was somewhere else,
Yes.
not in that specific club at all. But but yeah, Alien Superstar, and they played Alien Superstar, and it didn't play well in that club in that
Oh,
situation. But like, if I
I
was
hate
out in
that.
LA, it would have fit. It would have hit.
I'm like, I hate that for you, but yeah.
Yeah, and so I just be in my own mind. I love that it can allow you to create a story in your head. And again, when Beyonce drops the visuals for these, anyone who disliked it before, you will have an understanding for it.
I mean, are we really gonna get visuals, or is she playing us? And it's gonna be like, no, you got to get through every part because there's three parts before there's any visuals because she
Okay,
just wants to be sonically engaged.
you know what my hope and dream is, and I will just call it a prediction, is that Beyonce is about to drop her version of Carmen, and we're about to get a play from Beyonce, like a musical.
Y'all know I love Beyonce. Okay.
But I know what you're gonna say about Carmen, but
Y'all
like,
know I love Beyonce. I love her. I love her. That makes me nervous. I'm gonna just be honest.
but are we nervous because?
It makes
I
me
mean, it's
nervous.
Beyonce, and we love the music. I mean, I don't know if we need speaking,
Well, that's my point. So when you say musical,
but
like if we're
like,
going along the lanes of Lemonade, then okay, it's sort of like a
yes,
film.
no, but that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah,
how Beyonce, um, like yeah, how she gave Lemonade, and also how she did the gift. Like if you watch the full story to the gift, like all those music videos mashed together, there was a little storyline in between.
yeah.
Here, I'm here for it. You
I, I,
know,
I just don't need a whole lot of dialogue. I'm gonna just say that.
no, I do not.
Don't need a lot
Let's
of.
just say we don't need character names. Let's just get the story through the music. That I'm here for that. And even if it's just beautiful visuals, I'm just here
Yeah.
for. I mean, here's the thing that I hope
Yes.
that Beyonce does do. I really do hope that she involves the Vogue community, and I just think like with shows like Legendary, it's like you're clearly pulling this from somewhere. Like I hope you're going to represent that. Like I would love to see Michelet in a music video with her. Like that would make me happy because these people are supporting you and loving you and making helping you make your music carry on. I hope you would give back, you know what I mean? And if you're going to do the
Yeah.
dancing and use these type of people in, use this kind of dance in your music, then please involve the people that are out here doing it. All right, so wait, but let's just go. What two do you not like off the album?
I mean, not like is strong.
That is,
I
but
would
for me,
just say
Cuff It, it's not cutting it.
I mean, like I said, Church Girl, not my fave. And I would still say I'm That Girl, still not my fave. I feel like, where is it? Whatever's after Thick. All Up in Your Mind. Hold on, let me pull
Yeah,
up.
and
All Up in Your
America
Mind.
Has a Problem. Honestly,
America Has a Problem, Pure Honey. Those kind of all blend together for me.
I love Pure Honey, but I will say America Has a Problem I didn't listen to for like 3 days. I only listened to it yesterday because I was like, I know Courtney gonna probably bring it up. I just didn't. Girl, I don't want to know what. I already know America Got Problems. Like, I don't want to hear about it. I want you singing about them. I don't, like, take me away from America's problems. That's why I'm listening to a Beyonce album. I don't want to know what problem America got.
Well, I mean, she tried to throw a little bit of that in her most recent, activities. But yeah, I would honestly say for me, the middle of the album slaps, except for Church Girl for me. And then like everything kind of surrounding it is kind of like, okay, it's all right.
See, Courtney saying that until you just give her a bottle of rosé and then we in a club somewhere and let Church Girl come on. But I mean, I get it because you grew up, you know what I mean? Like,
but not even. Like, I just think it, honestly, if I'm being like bluntly honest about it, I think it's cheesy. I think it's cheesy. Fair enough. And it doesn't feel authentic. And I'm just like, I don't really want to clap my booty to that. Like, I'm not buying into it.
All right, fair enough. I mean, I support your reality. All right, so let's move on from Beyonce. Well, actually, before we move on to move off of Beyonce, can we just talk about what is with this? So, like, when we was doing AfterBuzz years ago, like, we didn't have cancel culture, and thank God, because
they would have canceled us all.
Girl, you. Child, I was on, because I really don't give a fuck at the end of the day, but it's just, that's why I created my own show, so I can just say whatever the fuck I want, because let me tell you, like, even the VH1s that working for VH1, I was like, this ain't it, but Lizzo's album dropped, and girl, just say the name because I'm gonna fuck it up over here. The ableist.
No, the ableist. You got an ableist slur.
So these are people who are handicapped?
Yes.
Okay. So
or
someone got disabled and someone got mad. This girl got mad because Lizzo used the word spaz.
Yes.
So I understand generational differences. I do get it. And I think that there has to be some sort of like, we get it, but, and it's hard to say that because it's like, I do hate when people use the R word, and I'm just going to say it, retarded. That's the R word, what we're going to use. I'm not going to put it in the lower third because people are going to be listening to this online. So I'm just going to say the word. Everyone calm down. But the R word, I do understand, like, in the 90s, like, everyone used to just say that. And used to say that, used to say fag, used to say you're gay. And, like, as a gay man, do I care if someone's like, you're gay? Like, no, that doesn't bother me. But in reality, what you're saying is you're stupid. So when someone's like, you're retarded, yeah, it is derogatory, but we grew up so accustomed to them being normal things that it's just like you just brush it off your shoulder. So the spaz word is just like, I don't personally get it. I guess, enough for the fact that they're removing these words from their album. So Lizzo did it, and now Beyonce is removing the word because people were offended by it. And I'm just like, who does that fall on? Does it fall on Beyonce? Like I want to know, like, Beyonce, why do you want to do that? This was your art. This is what you created. Did you just not know? Were you like, after you heard it, like, you know what? Yeah, that was insensitive. I don't need to say spaz. I could say shazazz or whatever it is. You know, like I don't know how that works, because I don't know if I would. I mean, I love it. I probably would feel bad too. I'd probably just take the whole thing off. I'd be like, you know what, fuck the whole song. I'm glad she didn't, because Heated, I do like Heated, but
Not the whole song. We need the song.
girl, let someone say something about this episode. I'll be like, girl, what did I say that was offensive? I'll be like, just delete it. We're gonna just delete the
Like,
whole
I'm
episode.
sorry.
See you, catch
Yeah,
you
I mean,
next week.
in the end, like, I'm still stuck on this. Look, I am a you know, kind of a connoisseur, so to speak, of the English language. So whereas I understand how spaz can be a slur, I'm still not totally understanding or sold on the instances in these two situations specifically, how it actually is a slur in those contexts. But I do agree with, I think Lizzo actually said this, but like, it's just easier to not hurt people's feelings,
right,
if I don't have to. So I get, like, for that reason, like, cool, if you can change it and it's no big deal, like, change it. Like, ain't nobody trying to be out here just hurting people just for the sake of hurting them, and if I don't have to. But also it's interesting because it's still an actual word that is a verb that has a meaning, and there's a reason why spazzing is a thing, like, and that we use it to describe somebody sort of losing control of their body and being, you know, whatever. So I don't know, but you know, she did it. She had time. She had money. She could do it. Go ahead, girl, do it. Like, I don't. What I'm more interested in is why it wasn't done before the album dropped, knowing that the Lizzo controversy had just happened.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
So,
because at the end of the
did you
day,
miss it?
it just brings more news. To me, it just brings more news and topics and attention around the album. I mean, because Beyonce was like, since we're doing a whole edit, I'm going to edit all of you, and took Khalees right off the album. She was like, girl, you got a problem with it? Bye.
Yeah.
Like,
The
and
Khalees
Khalees,
thing is, girl,
I'm
love
just like,
you.
right. You know what I mean?
Wish you had capitalized off that moment and gave us something other than just being, even if you had a, you know, there's an argument for her to be upset. I also an argument for her not to be, but girl, give us something. Like, give us, like I said, give us a freestyle, give us a cookie, give us a song, give us something.
Use
Like,
this
your
moment. Use
the moment.
this moment. This was your
And maybe
moment.
I know she just cooks. Maybe she doesn't want to sing anymore. I don't know. But like, again, could I get some Khalees spices from your special farm?
That's what I'm
Because
saying. Like, the song's called Heated, girl. You should have came out with Heated Spices by Khalees. Boop. Oh,
yeah,
what?
give it to me. I would have bought them.
Heated
I would've been
sauces. What? Are you kidding me?
I've been
Khalees
looking
Heated.
at, you know, I was bringing the oregano back from Greece because I need some spices. So
Sure
like, I would
did.
have been on it.
Oh, and I'm so mad. Again, don't listen to people, because I thought Customs was going to be crazy. When I tell you, they done let me walk right through basically with the oregano. They were like, what do you got? I was like, oregano and honey. They were like, all right, go ahead. I was like, no, I should have got more bottles. What? I only got 2 bottles because I was scared of what Customs was going to do. I was like, oh. Yeah. But either or.
I should have brought more olive oil.
Right. Khalees, you done fucked up. You just should have, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, girl, you didn't even own the song. You sang on the song. We get it. Like, and Beyonce could have, at this point, Beyonce just could have went over to Fergie or Gwen Stefani and pulled a la 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 off of one of them. And that's what she should have did. I mean, I'm just saying.
No.
Like, Khalees, it was just doing the most at the moment. And we, you know, but we appreciate what you've done in the past.
But she was in her feelings.
She was in her feelings. And I get it. And you're allowed to be in your feelings. And Beyonce recognized that and was like, I feel you, girl. You know what? I'm just going to take it off. Boop.
Yeah.
And shout out to Beyonce for just taking it off and not being petty about it, because she could have been petty. But she was.
You don't think the taking off is petty?
I think it's petty, but in also a respectable way, like Virgo. It's like, okay, girl, you have an issue with it, then I'm not going to do any. The song's still going to chart without the la 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 la. Like, so in that sense, it's petty, but it's also like, okay, girl, like, just like the ableist, like, this is clearly harming somebody's feelings and emotions. I'm going to remove it. I'm just going to you know, because no good deed goes unpunished, right? She's going to be hated on no matter what. So let's just take it off, You know,
You know?
I think that's where, because no, I think if Beyonce really wanted to be petty, she would have taken Khaleesi's thing out and she would have sang it over, her own version of it, if she wanted to be real petty. But all right, let's get into, though, because I mean we just have so much to catch up on that this hour episode is just gonna be like
It's already like been like a minute.
girl, but I just had to talk about Beyonce because I haven't been able to talk about Beyonce with anybody, so this was my moment to talk about it. Another thing that I've needed to talk about that I haven't been able to talk about in a very long time is Britney Spears. Obviously loved Britney Spears, still love her, have a love for what Britney Spears represents. But like, I haven't been able to talk about her conservatorship, what she went through in, you know, court with her family. And I don't even want to talk about her because I think that's the point. I think what I thought was crazy during COVID and all this stuff was with her conservatorship. Yes, I understand the Free Britney movement helped her. But now that we helped her, it's like, all right, now let's stop criticizing her. Let's stop talking about her. Let's stop. Because the thing is, she's still going to always do what she does because she grew up in fame. So you got to stop feeding the beast. You know, she just seems to have like, she's upset about stuff, and hopefully she's in therapy and, you know, talking about it with people who are trustworthy. I question her husband, but, you know, I don't know, you know. I feel like the whole time I've followed Britney Spears, the Sam Lufty thing never made sense, and I never thought he was a bad person. And then watching that Netflix documentary, the only documentary where they interviewed him, I felt like we got to see portions that he was just an outsider. This was a moment where Britney looked crazy. It was actually the moment where she finally got to kind of break free, and it was almost like her old team was like, no, we're going to make you look crazy, girl, since you want to run away on us.
Yeah.
You know, and girl, I feel you because my 2017 was your 2007, girl, so.
Pink. Whoa, 10 years, exactly.
Literally, pink wig with the paparazzi umbrella. But yeah. I mean, I think I'm happy if she's happy. Interested to see what this Elton John Tiny Dancer remix is gonna bring that she's about to release, because I feel like it's gonna give that, when she released that Tom's Diner thing, I don't think it's anything for us to get really excited about, but it's for us to just hear that, like, wow, she's still performing and Elton John got her out the closet.
Got her out the closet. I will just say that I'm happy that she got her wedding, which she clearly really wanted. It was beautiful. And she had recently posted the picture of, like, I guess the dance floor in the reception area or whatever. It was gorgeous. So that's fabulous. Everything else is confusing and concerning for the most part. So I'm going to just let us just live and pray for her. But she was yodeling that one song when she released that not yodeling.
That Baby One More Time remix.
Yeah, the remix for me. And I was just like,
they say she's working on a revenge album, and it's going to be her own sound, which maybe it'll be the yodeling. Maybe she'll give us a little.
I mean, I will say though,
Shakira Stefani.
It was definitely giving some Shakira, and I was just like, well, you know, at least it sounds strong.
Not strong.
No, I'm saying there was like power behind the sound.
Okay, power. Girl, look, because she done freed the need. She feeling herself. So there's a little oomph in her push. All right, another one who got oomph in their push, you know what I mean? Since we talking about faves, my favorite, Nicki Minaj. I love Nicki, and Nicki, if this ever comes across your place, like, I want to work for you. I want to work with you. Let's work together. Like, I have so many ideas, and I know you saw that one idea that was sent to you, and I don't know if someone ruined that idea or what, but girl, let's talk. Nicki Minaj is, I mean, I don't care what anyone's saying, because I haven't talked about female hip hop in a long time. Nicki Minaj is the greatest female hip hop rapper out right now. Currently, she has been, personally, again, for the last 10 years. And this whole like trying to fill her spot, there hasn't been anyone. There is nobody. I think that there are amazing female rappers out. I'm loving seeing all the new rappers coming out. I love Doechii. She's one of, like, to watch Doechii as an artist, like, before anyone knew who she was. Like, I randomly just started following this girl on Instagram or TikTok, I don't remember, and to see her just blow up in 2 years time is crazy. To see Lotto, you know what I mean, the City Girls, I love it. I'm here for it. I support it. But, like, let's not pretend like anybody has come out giving what Nicki Minaj is giving. And I just feel like I wish Nicki understood who she was. And I don't know if it's her being in a relationship or what, but it's like, Nicki, you are the Beyonce of hip hop. You inspired Beyonce to give us a sound, which is why she did some music with you, why you were the only female hip-hop artist that she chose to do a song with. Because, and then all of a sudden you started hearing Beyonce kind of feeling herself a little bit more than we had ever heard Beyonce feeling herself. I personally believe Nicki Minaj was an influence for that, and that is why she was on the song. Just like Beyonce picks people who she is influenced by. She wanted to do the belly dance and stuff. She met up with Shakira, they did their song, and then ever since that, Beyonce started doing a little belly dance every time. You know, so I wish Nicki would feel this way about herself. I just need Nicki to just, I don't know what the marketing scheme is, and we'll see. Because August 12th, she's dropping her podcast, and then she's going to drop her single, which is the Super Freak remixed song. Which, I mean, it sounds good, but it's giving me Anaconda Part 2, which, okay, I mean, again, nobody's giving me lyrics like Nicki. So we're getting a documentary which looks like mixtape documentary. Like, why does this look so spliced? How many people did this go through? Because I know she was supposed to release this like a while back.
But last I heard, it didn't have a home. So is she releasing it on her YouTube or something?
Girl, at this point, I hope so. I hope she releases it next week on YouTube. That's where I'm trying to watch it, because I ain't paying for another streaming service. I already got Zeus on my TV right now. Like,
I'm mad. Support Black business. That's okay.
Girl, now I done got the Zeus on my TV, and they took Jocelyn Atlanta down. I was like, oh, what?
Wait, they're not doing no more Jocelyn after the fight?
No, and I can't enough. It's not pulling me to play Bad Boys season 1, so we'll just wait for season 2 and see what that's giving. I can't go backwards. We're not going backwards in life. All right, so God bless you, Nicki. I can't wait. We'll see what happens with that. All right. Now we're gonna have to go through this real quickly, because the thing is, I just want to get an overall synopsis, and then from here we'll be able to break them down for you guys to digest them more, because I know like everyone doesn't watch Real Housewives, so we're going to do this separate so that the Housewives people can have their moment, you know, because there's just too much going on in Housewives world. So during COVID, something happened in between COVID and that like last year of COVID. I mean, not that's the last year now, it's like monkeypox, but like, you get what I'm saying. I don't know why I went in this spiral of watching like very gruesome movies. Like, I was watching some dark shit. Like, it was like when the Anna girl came out, the scam artist, and then the like Tinder swindler. I just felt like I was watching like every dark Amazon Prime movie that was about like a girl getting kidnapped in a basement somewhere. And like, I don't know if you saw that one movie about the dad that kidnapped his own daughter and put the daughter in the basement and had like 4 kids with her. Girl, it's on Prime. I'm going to figure the name out and give it to y'all next week. Great movie, and it was a true story. Wild.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so I was like watching all this stuff, and I was like, okay, I need to take a break, Jesse. Like, I wasn't watching reality TV. You know what I mean? Again, after 2017, I was like, no reality TV. I'm over it. And then my friend Ashley, she was like, we were talking about Real Housewives in New York, and I was like, you know what's so funny? Out of all the Housewives, I've never watched New York, and I binge watched New York, and I understood why everyone was obsessed with New York, and I think I understood the essence of why people genuinely love Real Housewives, because for me, my favorite was always Atlanta. And then it was
Yeah.
like I would watch Beverly Hills sometime. I would watch OC sometime, but like I never really like got into them the way I was into Atlanta. So to me, Atlanta was always special. But then to watch New York, it was like I think New York and Atlanta are my favorites. Like
Oh.
complete seasons. I would say that those two. I mean, don't get twisted. I'm here for Real Housewives of Potomac. I love Beverly Hills. Last season was giving me everything I needed. This season, I'm like, we can do without, what's her name, Crystal. Can so do without her.
I would. Oh. I think she's important.
Wait, why?
She gets on my nerves. Don't get me wrong. Like, oh God, I did not want this for her. But I think that she brings a necessary energy for some of the conflict that is the most entertaining.
Fair enough. I mean, this season for sure. You know, I'm still here for the Erica versus Sutton stuff, but that's
But
sizzled.
that's almost like played at this point because
But it's
Erica.
real. I feel like it's real. Like they genuinely can't stand each other. Now they're just
Yeah.
doing it because it's like whatever. But I don't know. So we'll see. But I don't know. Beverly Hills is just so consistent with what it's always been. Personally, I would love to know more tea behind the whole Kathy Hilton thing because. Not that I loved her on the show, but it was like a nice little break. I love seeing what's her name, Cherie on the show. I'm so here for that.
Yay, Cherie Zampino, we love her.
Yes, and I hope they make that a fixed cast member, or make her a fixed cast member because I'm here for it.
For sure.
Real Housewives of New Jersey. So this one obviously ended. How are you feeling about Teresa? How are you feeling about the season? I love the show because I really hope they take this show with the kids. I hope that just with Jersey they keep. I'll watch Teresa old and Joe old, and I'll watch them argue just so that we can get the kids to grow up. We've never seen that before. I mean, yeah, we had the Kardashians, but not like in the sense of like generational. And I feel like that would be really dope if Housewives could get that.
I mean, that would be interesting. I'll always watch. Like, even when I'm saying I'm not gonna watch, I still end up watching. Like, even if it's not like appointment television anymore, I will still always catch it and keep up with it or whatever. Teresa's crazy. I think it's amazing. The season was nuts. She was nuts, but that's entertainment. And the fact that she's marrying this man, or did they ever get? Are they marrying this weekend or something? I feel like it's happening.
Or was it
like
yeah, was it within whatever a month this month?
But
I feel like it's within this
super-
month's essence because Ramona released the thing and whatever.
Yes, and I'm super excited about their season because Dolores is my favorite, and
Same.
the fact that she and Teresa are apparently wedging apart. It's always fascinating to me watching the Housewives and watching like the real relationships that existed and how they go through phases. Because female friendships are just fascinating, period, in life. And so I feel like of all the things that Real Housewives, like people can hate on it and say whatever, it's fascinating to watch the ones where there were actual friendships that go through their roller coaster of life. Mm-hmm. And I think that kind of ends up being what some of the problem is with some of the seasons where there aren't actual friends involved and they're just casting. But like that's why.
What's a show? Which franchise would you say that would be for you?
Like my favorite, or
no, where it's just like the cast is like none of these girls are friends. Like, just stop.
That's why OC went to trash.
Girl, first of all, what is the two? I can't with the two of them.
You talking about Gina and Emily?
Yep, I can't.
People hate on them so hard. Like, I don't mind them, but also like they can't be the center of any. Like, it's just weird.
Because my thing is like as much as I like Shannon annoys me, it was just like the way Gina did Shannon in that moment. Like, girl, just because you want to be friends with Heather, that's why you did it. I get it, girl. Like, you live in a studio or something, but like,
First of
What?
all, and she does not live in a studio. She lives in a whole
No,
house
I'm
in
just kidding. I
Newport
know that.
Beach.
But I'm saying
But I'm
she was
saying
when
she's
she saw
woman.
that, she was like, "Sign me up, Sally." She was here for it. But tell me your full take on what you think of, like, I don't know, because I looked at like Gina. I would have loved Gina on the second season of Ultimate Girls Trip. I'll give her that.
But yeah, I actually don't think Gina's a bad cast member. I just think that once they took Tamra and Vicky, like there was nothing there. Like bringing Heather back, and I love Heather and I want Heather on the show, but Heather is not the person to like lead a Housewives
But
franchise.
what's your take on bringing like old OC girl, like what we're getting Tamra back, and then we're getting what's her name from Real Housewives of New York?
We're getting
what? Taylor?
No, Taylor from Beverly Hills, because she lives in OC now. I thought that was a brilliant choice. And I love bringing Tamra back because Tamra has made the show since like what? She came in the second season, third season. She's fantastic. I love it. I'm excited, except I don't really know what Taylor is going to bring other than a heavy eyebrow and a very aggressive energy because she got them eyebrows right now. I wonder if she gets microbladed because Taylor's eyebrows were wild on Girls Trip. Like they were.
First of all, Taylor on Girls Trip, I mean, it was like, girl, how long have you been rehearsing for this?
Yeah, that's what she gives that for sure.
But, and I'm like, is Tamra worth it if she doesn't have Vicky?
Yes.
Why?
100%.
Why?
Because the only reason that Tamra and Vicky were necessary together is so that Vicky gets monitored by Tamra. But Tamra brought up and stirred up her own mess on a regular basis, which is why so many people hate her. Her activity with Gretchen back in the day, her fight with Gina Keogh, bring Gina Keogh back, who probably doesn't want to be on the show anymore. But like old lady, like Tamra's been bringing the mess since she started.
I mean, she's
without any help from Vicky. Like, if anything, Vicky and her like were able to like kind of stifle each other when they were getting too messy. But in general, like they both were crazy and bringing mess. But you know, Tamra found Jesus a little while ago, so she might do a little bit less mess.
Not Taylor found Jesus. Speaking of Jesus, it was nice to see Phaedra, you know, our church lady at church. What she said with her prayer cloth. We had Phaedra back on Ultimate Girls Trip, and she also was on Real Housewives of Dubai, which just turn it off.
I was gonna say, do you think that they need to get at least one more season before we say cut them off? Because
because Potomac, I was into Potomac first season. At like not the first 3 episodes, but by the end of Potomac, I was signed on for Potomac.
What about Salt Lake City?
I was signed. What? Salt Lake City took the cake. I've been here for Salt Lake City.
But what about Dallas, which is now canceled?
Never even watched an episode. Didn't even watch it. I might have watched the first episode and was like, what in the like, what was that show? Designing Women. Like, I just can't.
First of all, Designing Women was fabulous, and Dallas did not quite meet that. But I didn't mind Dallas. I kind of wish they didn't. They just had casting problems.
Yeah.
Dubai sucks, but I want it to not suck. So I would like for them to get one more season, and I think they need to change the cast.
We'll see. I just need people from Dubai. Like, what is happening here? Like, I feel
they
like
are from Dubai.
No, girl, I'm not here for it. I'm just not feeling it. Not here for it yet. But maybe next season. I mean, I watch the episodes. I'm not gonna lie. Like you said, I may say if I say I don't like something, I still gonna watch it and still supporting them.
Yeah.
And then maybe one day they'll let me know it. Oh, okay. Real Housewives of Atlanta. How was your thoughts this season? Obviously, we did the after show for it, so you know, I love Marlo. I think Marlo, Sheree, and Kenya are the saving power of this. Oh, girl, are you patting yourself off? Ooh, gotta fan myself off. Ooh, gotta fan myself off.
That's my eyelashes going to sleep. Atlanta is a snooze.
You just let me know about Atlanta because I gotta plug my this computer back in because it's gonna die and we do not need that.
We need a computer not to die. Yeah, I would say that Atlanta is a snooze this season. Marlo is trying really hard to be interesting and keep her peach and all of that. And it's just, it makes me, I've loved Marlo since she's been a friend, and I wanted for her to get her peach. And now that she has her peach, I think that it feels inauthentic and a mess unnecessarily. But whatever, I'm bored. The fight with Sanya and Drew, and like that feels contrived and stupid. Drew constantly calling that girl a dog and throwing bones and stuff. It's just not, I'm not into it. I'm not here for it. Not at all. And I'm sad. And Kenya is also growing up and maturing, even though she still throws crazy shade and is hilarious. She's maturing, so she's not getting in the dirt for real with Marlo. Like Marlo keeps trying to bait her. And I think that's partially why in the end, it's just like, is this what we're doing? It's boring. I feel like Candy's sitting on them steps with Moneta. Like, is this?
I'm here for Moneta. I like her. I think she's
I like her, but she's too no nonsense and normal. She has no crazy. She's another Candy.
True. Well,
that's not gonna work.
To be honest, she low key gives me like they should have put on a Real Housewives. I mean, not Real Housewives, Love and Hip Hop, because she could have probably like I feel like she needs like if you really want to, as a producer, if you really want to get her buck, like you have to nuck if you buck, and I feel like Real Housewives isn't nuck if you buck enough to get her to where they thought they were gonna get her. She's controlled.
I feel like what I know of Moneta is that she's not that person. Okay. And it's not gonna.
Yeah, because what show was she on?
She wasn't on a show. She's Neo's ex-wife.
Yeah, girlfriend. I'm pretty sure she was on a reality show.
I don't know which one.
Like on WeTV or something like that. Moneta.
Maybe. Moneta Shaw. I don't know. I never saw her on one, but they're exhausting.
Oh, yeah. It was called Atlanta Exes.
Oh, okay. I do remember that.
Yeah, because I was like, I know I seen her from somewhere.
It was the spinoff of Cherie's show, Hollywood Exes, that didn't last. Yeah. Yes. So, yeah. Boom. And that was when she had just broken up with Neo, and he had left her for the stripper or his current wife. Mm-hmm. And she was going through the whole like, oh, I cut my tubes because we were only going to have 2 kids, and now I can't have babies with another man, and I'm only 30 years old or some shit. Yeah. It was so messed up. And Neo's trifling, as we now know. But wait, somebody in the chat said Miami was the worst for the Housewives. I love Miami.
I don't love it, but like I definitely got into it. I never watched it when it was on, but then I watched.
I watched it when it was on.
I watched it when it was on. Peak Girl, I was doing AfterBuzz. Had no time for no other shows. But when it was on Peacock, I was like, okay, this is the vibe. I liked it. I liked Larsa, and a lot of people didn't like her. I don't know. I could see myself being friends with her. I don't know if that's a positive or a negative, but I think that
I don't know. I didn't like her on this. I mean, I guess she had some moments, but I feel like she was still too pulled back. Like, oh, I'm in my life over here. I don't care. I'm just joy. I just like fun. I just want to be happy. And like, I just want to live. And I'm a good time. And that's all I am. And like all of this energy, I don't do this. Like she was constantly like that. And I felt like that's how she was when she was on the very first season of it.
Right.
And that's why she never got in the mix for real. Cause she always, she presented herself as above this and above these women and above what the mess that they get into. And it's like, bitch, you on a reality show called Real Housewives. Like, play with it or don't. Like, girl, why are you here?
You were part of it. You should have been on Wags if that was
why are you here? Yes. And Adriana calling her about her new booty and looking like Kim Kardashian. Like, I lived for that. Like, I was here for it.
Okay. I mean, I would definitely watch too. I thought this, like I said, the Peacock season sold me. I went back and watched the first one. I was here for it. For me, Dallas is the worst.
Dallas is not the worst. I mean, I guess it is because there's nothing else. But
like Dallas, Dubai, that's where we're headed.
Well, Dubai has so much to offer visually. I hope that they get at least one more season and figure out
I
casting a
mean,
little
but
bit.
like really, like I like the goat. Like this is what we're doing. Like you brought a goat to someone's. You thought bringing a goat to somebody's house,
That
like
was
I
a
get culturers,
culture.
huh?
That's culture.
Girl, first of all, like, is this goat vaccinated? Like, does it have all its shots? Like, you just bring
Her
this goat
kids
around.
love that
I
goat
get the
and
kids love the goat, but
bring the
like,
goat.
the kids don't understand that the goat is a responsibility that now has
I
to
mean,
like
it's
lay
a
on the parent.
pet. It's a pet like anybody else.
Okay, Courtney. If I
It's
was
like having
like,
a
oh,
big dog.
hey, Courtney, I'm coming over with my pet goat.
I'm not Caribbean. I'm not. I am not in touch with my African heritage, but I do know that goats are valuable in those cultures, and that is why she gave her a goat.
And I love that for her. You know what I
And that
mean?
was
Like, and that's a
beautiful.
beautiful thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's about to be. So, you guys, not to like totally make the take the mood next mood swing. Um, the love of my life, my little munchkin Rex. It's about to be the anniversary of his passing, which like completely changed me as a person. So like if it, you know what I mean, like girl, get like a necklace for a goat. Like it's like don't bring it to somebody's house. We don't need any of that. I just wasn't here for it, but you know, I
Thought it was great.
it
Well, one
it
thing
made
we
for
have to
good TV.
was Ayan dress at the like wedding party that was in the desert, her trying to be Caroline Stansberry.
No, I think that that's just genuinely who she is. I think that she is wild. I think she's, and I love it. I'm here for it. We need that. I need like three other characters like her on that show. That's the
Yeah,
thing. Like
that's what I
she's
said.
so much who she is that it just comes across like, oh, she's crazy. Love it. It's like watching the baddies show, like the girl Krayshawn, Blueface girlfriend. Like,
Don't even bring.
do you know who that is?
Yes, they were just fighting each other on the street, and that's everywhere. And it's not even funny. Like it's such a
I
problem.
know it. No, that's the
It
thing.
is
It's
such
like
a
really like
problem.
it's
He
so
literally was
toxic.
punching her in the face, pinned down to the ground in the street because she was fighting him. Like it's a mess. They need to not. They need to go somewhere. They all need to go to
Child, that is
somewhere.
not love, y'all. Y'all not
It's
fighting in the
crazy.
street.
It is
No. Oh my
crazy.
God. But we'll get into more of that in other episodes because I'm really trying to keep these at an hour. So it's about to be a wrap. But before we wrap, we do have to talk about, you know, our favorite, Wendy Williams. Like a lot has happened with Wendy, and you know, I hear that she's gonna get a podcast. She's gonna drop this podcast, and whether that's in visual form, maybe it'll be with Spotify, like how that girl, Daddy's Girl, or whatever that girl is.
Daddy's girl.
It's probably not even called Daddy's Girl.
Like
Daddy,
what are you talking about?
I think it's called Daddy's Girl actually. But she got a podcast with Spotify. It does very well. It was the one she got the Jamie Lynn Spears interview. That
I don't even
girl.
know what it is.
Well, it was some
Okay.
white girl. She had a podcast with another girl, and then she stole the podcast or something like that. And now she's famous from the podcast. Maybe she didn't steal it. That was rude. But like, I don't know what their tea is. But something happened with the two girls, and now it's only one girl. But she getting her coin over at Spotify.
Well, good
But
for her.
hopefully that's what Wendy's gonna do, because I just think in this day and age it's like, why Wendy, like why are you trying to work for Fox? Like girl, just start a YouTube channel up, get these subscribers, get this money yourself. Like we're past the time of needing to work for a company. I just think we're
Well, it's not
past that.
about need. It's not about need. And also she's already made a crap ton of money. So like still when you do it things independently, you're financing that. You're putting it
Right. And
together. You're
apparently
putting
she
in a
don't got her
different
did she get
level.
her finances back?
Well, that's the point. And also it's a different level of work that you have to do when you're being independent that maybe she don't want to do.
True that. And I feel that.
And she's
Trust
a
me,
woman of a
girl,
good
because I'm trying to
way,
have some lower thirds down here and all that, but we ain't there yet. You know what I mean? So we just gonna start right here with my
you
little
know?
son. Next move swing.
You
Bing.
know? But
Okay.
supposedly Wendy got her a boo now, so maybe he's helping her
Yes, boo.
Get it together. Word on the street. She may be married.
Oh, okay, marriage. That seems real abrupt, but I mean,
Real abrupt. Married to an NYPD officer. Like what?
and also like you got a lot going on. Like sometimes I don't even be wondering if you can stand up straight when I be seeing you in certain videos. But like you married, okay? Maybe that's why you can't stand up straight.
Oh, that wouldn't be a bad one. I hope that. I hope that for her. I hope
Me
that for
too,
her.
because I feel like that's what she deserves. After
You
all these
deserve
years
it.
of giving herself on camera in in our point of view, and how many
Yes.
people bashed her just for saying
Yeah.
what we all think. You know, I support Miss Wendy. I love and appreciate her. But all right, we're going to wrap it on up. We'll see y'all next week. Courtney, I appreciate you. You already know what it is. Where can everyone follow you?
Oh my God. I feel like I haven't done this in so long.
I know, because we haven't, girl.
I know it's been 800 years, but I'm all on my Instagramness at Stuart Starlet per usual. On Twitter at Stuart Starlet, because I'm getting back into Twitter. I'm back into Twitter more than I am in Instagram right now.
I'd be saying I'm gonna, and then
I don't know. I found my way back to Twitter, and I was like, I like to, and I think it's because Instagram made their moves with the videos, and I miss pictures and commenting and whatever. I'm tired of all these damn videos. I got TikTok for that.
Oh yeah, well now I'm like I do miss. You're so right. I do miss just pictures, like or like videos that are like. I love this. I'm just gonna prop you. Give you all your props while you out here. 60. It's the number 60 sec docs. It's on Instagram. It's amazing, and it's a whole Instagram where each post is a 60-second documentary on whatever they're talking. It could be literally anything.
Cool.
Genius idea. But like that's what I need. Like the TikTok thing, like if I hear the same sounds, the same ding dong ding dong ding dancing, all that stuff. If I see another cute little light-skinned boy with tattoos, shirtless, just fine. Like you fine. You was beautiful man. Like, but like what are you doing? Like what? And how do you have that many followers? But I get it because I be looking at it too. So I just God bless. God bless everyone out there who's doing whatever it is that you're doing, because we're going to be here doing this, okay? Courtney, I love you. I appreciate you. I'm about to wrap this on up now.
Bomb.com.
We're going to see how this came out. Yep. Thank you guys for being in the chat. I really do appreciate you, and I love you, and you already know who you are and who you aren't. You guys can hit me up everywhere at DJ Jesse J and please follow Next Mood Swings. Like just because you follow DJ Jesse J and it has more followers and you're like, I'm not going to follow Next Mood Swing because it only has like 300 followers. Like just don't be like that. Just go follow it, subscribe, like, and I really don't care. Like we're just going to see, you know what I mean? We're going to hang out. Every week's going to be different. And until next week, well, I don't know if it's going to be the same time, same place, because this was a little bit late for me. And the only reason this got pushed was because I had a therapy appointment, which I'm definitely trying to get my therapist on one of these live streams. I just got to make sure she's not shy, but I don't care. I'm going to let y'all sit in on a therapy session with me. I don't care. But I'm oiling her up to be able to get to that point because she's a little shy, but I'm going to get her. Let this be whole. The point of this show is to inspire people, right? Whatever it is. Like maybe you like, well, shit, he just turned on his camera. I'm going to start my own show. Then start your own show. That's what this is supposed to do. But I'm going to get my therapist. I told her this in my therapy session. I said, I'm going to get you to live stream and we're going to do a therapy session so people can see what a therapy session is. Because I think people think like therapy sessions are like, you're going to have one therapy session and you're going to come out of it like, oh my God, I learned so much. No, you're going to sit there and be like, why the fuck isn't this person asking me any questions? Because you're supposed to talk. So I want you to see what a real therapy session is like. And then I want to get this woman to do a TED Talk. Somehow we're going to make that happen. I want her to do a TED Talk because she's so incredible. She changed my life. Again, another reason why I'm here doing this right now. But again, Courtney, I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll hit you up right after you get off this. But we'll see you next week, girl. Boom. And then, y'all, thank you guys again. Hit me up at DJ Jesse J. Next Mood Swing across all platforms, social media, all that jazz. And subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/Next Mood Swing. And I'm going to post when we're going to post next. Peace.